on the shift, man, it like picks up the front tire. That is...
So we're back over here at Whole Shot Power Sports, fixing a mistake that you would have seen by now. But since we're here, we're not gonna waste a trip. We have cam, intake, exhaust, throttle bodies on a 1/16 Thunderstroke. Let's see how it feels.
Wow. Ooh, that backfire. I don't know if that came out in the video, but that was a pop. So the main reason we're doing this is
because I don't know if you remember when I said this.
You know what I'd be really interested in this bike? Getting some sort of tune that gives you a little bit more horsepower at the top. The torque level's perfectly fine. Increasing torque, but getting some more airflow and intake and exhaust, bringing up that horsepower, letting the RPMs or the power carry a little bit into the 4,000 RPM range. Man, this bike would be a beast.
And outside of the fact that this is a completely different bike, this is literally that. Should have about 105 horsepower, maybe 120 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels, so it'll complete the power band. Let's see how it feels. And also, if you're thinking about camming your Thunderstroke, this would be a good video for you to watch.
All right, so today we have an interesting one, a 2019 Indian Roadmaster. I've ridden one of these before, but this one's special. I don't know if you can hear that, but this one is basically Indian Stage 2 kit. So we have performance air filter, the Indian pipes. This is true duals with the Indian cam.
Boom, so there it is, true duals. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they don't connect. There's that Indian performance intake. Obviously it has a throttle body back there that you can't see.
So since I've ridden a Roadmaster before, tune into that video, link will be right there, for the actual ride impressions, how the bike feels, how the bike handles, how it stops. This is going to be a 2019, so it's a little bit older than the one that I rode before, which was a 2023. But ergonomically, it's basically the same thing. The brakes are pretty much the same. They haven't done too much. 1/16 Thunderstroke. So today we're just really going to talk about the power delivery and the feels of this Indian cam on the 1/16 Thunderstroke. So performance mods. How does it sound? How does it feel? How's the throttle feel? This is in sport mode. I'm going to bring it into tour mode. So it should taper down the throttle feel. It should make it a little bit more relaxed, lackadaisical for the slow speed stuff. And it feels pretty tame, but you know what's really interesting is I can tell that the power delivery on this thing is really progressive, and it actually makes power at the top. So on a stock 1/16, and really that's what we're going to be comparing, stock 1/16 to this Indian cam intake exhaust 1/16. The stock 1/16 makes good power in the middle in normal mode and sport mode on the regular one. This one does make the same amount of power in the middle, but it seems to have a little bit more giddy up and go as you progress through the RPMs, even in tour mode. But we don't want that. We want sport mode. So we're just gonna go into sport mode, and the rest of this conversation is gonna be about that. There is a substantial power difference, and you feel it when you change modes. Oh man, that's part throttle, like 5 or 10%. This bike is loud. I'll get some good exhaust clips on this bike too. Take it nice and low in second gear, 2,000 RPMs. And we have some get up and go. Yeah, and that's like baby throttle. Baby throttle. All right. Hello, mirror. This is exactly what I said that Sport Chief needed, is this. So let's see how this Thunderstroke engine does, which is literally the same engine in the Sport Chief, with some cams, an exhaust, and a tune. Oh, and we're stopping again for the bus. Yay! Of course. Another one. All right, now that we're free past the bus, it doesn't feel like it loses anything on the low end, for sure. So it's still peppy in sport mode. That mid-range is still nice. It still has a boatload of torque, but does it rev? How does it make power at the top? Cruising 65 miles an hour, 2,500 RPMs, still smooth. Don't really feel much in the bike. The tank's good. A little vibration in the feet, little pulse, little pulse in the hands. Nothing crazy. Not enough to put them to sleep. 2,000 RPM, 6th gear. Yeah, we're still accelerating. still torquey. Obviously it's not fast in 6th gear, but engine sounds good.
Let's have a listen.
A little bit more of that exhaust. Oh, them fireballs. No coppers, no coppers. All right, 116 with an Indian cam. How does it feel in the power department? 3,500, 40 miles an hour, 2nd gear. Oh, we gotta turn traction control off. It cuts power on the shift. We gotta turn traction control off. Hold on, I gotta find that. No, no, no. Dude, it does make power to the top. To be honest, I don't know how fast I'm going, but the power actually carries all the way to red line. There isn't a dead spot or a part where you feel like it tapers off. Big bike, little. Whee! And we're still using the brakes. Whee, whee. Yeah, this bike actually rips. It's still pulling. Oh man, it's still pulling. All right, so 116 with the Indian cams, intake and exhaust, 100% wakes the bike up. It doesn't pull as hard on the top end as the Challenger does, for sure. The Challenger still has a little bit more pep at the top end than this does, but it 100% wakes the bike up. On the Sport Chief, when I was riding it, the 116, right around 4,000 RPMs, it tended to not pull as much, and you could feel it. Like it had a really strong punch, and it carried a little bit, but it didn't carry all the way. This carries all the way. So this is for sure a nice upgrade for your 116s to wake up the top end. I like to rev, and this makes me happy. It really does. Power increase is at the top. You don't lose anything in the middle. Like right here at 3,000 RPMs, 4th gear, 55 miles an hour, you still have enough power to just like push through and accelerate. And you're still gaining speed, even in 5th gear. Like you don't feel the bike fall on its face the same way it does in 4th and 5th gear when you have it in the higher RPM range. So for sure, it gives you a broader power band. I like it. Personally, I can handle a lot more power than that, so I would like it to have even more. But at that point, you know, that's a pretty big build. Overall, honestly, I give it an 8 out of 10. If you like your 116 motor and want it to have a little bit more juice at the top, this cam, exhaust, intake will actually wake it up, and it'll complete the power band to where it doesn't feel like it drops off, which is actually perfect. One more little rip here for the road. Woo! Yeah, on the shift, man, it like picks up the front tire. That is pretty aggressive. This is a big bike.
So yeah, this thing is loud, but it's a fun bike. Appreciate you guys watching. If you want to check out more India videos, check this one out right here. Also, shout out Whole Shot Power Sports. They do all of these fancy custom mods to the Indian performance baggers and all the smaller stuff as well. They're also a Lloyd's custom tune shop. So, appreciate you guys watching. Peace.